Here I come, y'all. Here I come. Give me 1 second. Mm, mm. Like, I don't even have the words for this shit. Like, I really don't have the words for it at all. Like, I don't. It's been gaslighting at its finest this entire time. Like, and I've been seeing it from the very beginning. And the fact that OG keeps putting out the receipts and exposing their ass lets me know that everything that we've been saying, most of the people that watches me have been saying, is the absolute truth. There's an agenda, and the agenda is to make her look bad. That's the agenda. That's the agenda. So let me just say this too before I go any further into this, because honestly, y'all, I knew that Bundy was gonna go live, and I knew that Jay Lee was gonna go live. And I've been at work for most of the day, so I did not get to see neither one of their lives. But I was not going to go live until both of them already went. And on top of that, I had to watch the show first before I went live about anything. But one thing about it, and two things for certain, I was not about to take my ass in that closet, sit up that camera, and set up those lights, and do no video, and do no edits, and insert some damn theme song and do any of that, because these bitches don't deserve all that time. They just don't. I'd rather just get myself up here, do this live, and just call it a day. And whoever missed the live can just watch the damn replay. That's it. Now, another thing. It's funny to me that these women on this show misrepresent themselves, disrespect each other, disrespects a woman's feelings about the way that she was made to feel. But yet, you got your handful of people that want to come on my shit and tell me that all I do is yell and scream and disrespect these women every week. And I need to go to therapy because this is triggering me so bad. First of all, first of all, I don't give a fuck about disrespecting none of these bitches on this show. I made that clear from the very beginning. If you've been watching me for a long period of time, then you should know that I've already said that I'm gonna disrespect these bitches till I can't disrespect them no fucking more. That's number one. They're vile as fuck. They're vile. So I'm gonna be vile too. If you get my fucking drip. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm gonna be vile too, just like they are. They act like bitches, they will be called bitches. Now, I have made the conscious effort not to use that word so much in any of my reviews. I made that conscious effort, okay? I made that effort not to use that word so much. I made the effort. But when it came down to this show, there was no way that I wasn't going to say it. Because that's what they represent themselves as bitches. So that's what they're going to be called. And if you don't like it, you ain't got to watch it. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. I wrote some notes as I watched the show. I wrote some notes. I did. But I don't even know if I'm going to really use them because it ain't really nothing to talk about, really. I just feel like going down the list of all these women and just dragging them this entire video because they really don't deserve no notes or no eloquent ass review. They don't deserve none of that shit tonight. I ain't giving them that for what? What the fuck am I giving them that to for? They don't fucking deserve it. They swear up and down they tried and they tried and they tried to see it from OG's point of view. They tried. No, you did not try. Telling somebody that the shit didn't happen is not trying. You're victimizing somebody all over again. That's what the fuck you doing. But you think, I tried. You ain't tried. You did not try. Number one, she didn't ask for your conversations. Y'all decided to give her those conversations. And when y'all decided to give her those conversations, y'all tried to agitate her. The proof is in the recordings. One thing about OG is that she's smart. She knew exactly what the hell y'all was going to do, and y'all played right into the shit. Y'all played right into it, and she was able to record y'all and put you motherfuckers on blast. That's what the fuck happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. And it's like everybody, so OG got an attitude. OG got an attitude. She can't get along with nobody. She can't get along with nobody. These girls don't like you. These girls don't like you. These girls don't like you. We talk about attitudes, and we always talk about OG's attitude. But what about Evelyn's attitude? What about Jennifer's attitude? Who was also a bitch that had an attitude the whole damn time y'all was at the damn house. But nobody had nothing to say about her. Okay? So let's see. Who should I start with first? Phoebe. She was barely there this season. So it ain't really nothing to drag this bitch about. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it ain't nothing to really drag her about. You know what I mean? So, fuck her. It ain't really done to say. Malaysia, you tried to use Black Lives Matter as a storyline because you were caught up in this colorism trash. And you thought that having a storyline surrounded by Black Lives Matter and gun violence, which is something that you've already done already, you thought that that would save your soul and save the way people look at you. Oh no, bitch, it doesn't save anything. It doesn't save anything because you are like, you may not be colorist, you may not be, but you play right into it because you had nothing to say and you wasn't trying to hear what this woman had to say, period. You didn't give a fuck about her feelings. You didn't give a shit about her feelings. Are you serious? You wasn't trying to understand. It was clear as day what that woman was saying, and you were not trying to hear shit she had to say. So you could just go ahead and suck a big dick. Probably mine, because mine's big enough. You can suck it. Real shit. And we can call that disrespectful. We can call that disgusting. But these heifers on this show is fucking disgusting. So I'm going to be just as violent, just as fucking disgusting as they are. Fuck them. The thing about Malaysia is that she was one of my faves for years. But when I saw how she's so quick to flip and turn and do things and do this and do that and say this and say that just to be up under Shawnee and Evelyn, two bitches that did not want her on the show. Let's make that clear. Two bitches that did not want her on the show, but you all up under their ass though. Even left the fucking house because they left. Like, are you serious? You left the house because they left? So you a follower. So you a following ass bitch. I never in my life would have ever thought that I would be saying this about Malaysia. But she's a fucking clown. She's a clown. Just like Chocolate Beauty 81 said. These bitches told you that you didn't have no substance. That's what they told you. They said you didn't have no substance, and that's why you didn't need to be on the show. You or your friend, and you sat up there and you got with these same bitches that said you didn't have no substance, the same ones that tried to stop your fucking bag. And you up under them now? You love them now? Them your sis now? You are a fucking disappointment, bitch. Straight up. You are a big ass disappointment. Like, straight the fuck up. You ain't shit. You disgust me. Like, you a landfill ass bitch. That's how disgusting you are to me, bitch. Like, I can't even look at you the same way I've looked at you for quite some time. I just cannot. Because you full of shit. Straight up. You straight full of shit, and I just can't vibe with it. I can't rock with it. Period. I cannot rock with it. You rocking with the same bitches that tried to bully you. Are you kidding me? I don't get it. I honestly don't fucking get that shit, bruh. How can you even be cool with this shit? Really? Like, the way they treated OG, they treated you. The way they treated OG, they treated your best friend like that. And you cool with it. I don't understand it. And the fact that you got people that really be trying to come at me to defend these fucking bras is really beyond me. These bitches don't deserve no fucking defense. They don't have no fucking defense. You ain't nothing none of you motherfuckers can say to me that's gonna make me change my mind about these bitches. They ain't shit. They gonna forever be bitches to me. Like, anytime you make bitches like Jessica Dime look better than y'all, like, are you serious? They don't need to finish out shit because they ain't do nothing this season. This season did nothing go on this season. All they ever did was sit their ass up there at them two houses, go back and forth, play jump rope, play jack, cook pancakes. That's all the fuck they did. Did nothing happen in this season. What they could have done was not shoot this shit at all. That's what they could have done. And from what I heard, Crystal Caster, Brandy and Malaysia are not friends. From what the fuck I heard. That's the word on the street. Liza, what's the point of you even being here? What's the point of you even being here, Liza, besides to talk about Lamar, 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 Lamar? That's the only thing you was here to talk about. That's the only thing you were here to talk about. It's fucking Lamar and how he won't give you your son's stimulus check for college. That's all the fuck you talked about. It's all the fuck you talked about. You ain't had shit to offer. Nothing. So I don't even know why you was even here. Joshua, what entertainment? There was none. The whole season. I don't know what the hell you talking about. So who's next? The sisters. Y'all used OG to get on this show. Y'all tried to use this broad for clout. Y'all knew OG had a problem with Phoebe, so now y'all tried to sit up there and use her as y'all muscle to get on the show. Then when she didn't want to fuck with you like that, y'all sat up there and then tried to go through Jackie to be on the show. And not only that, you sat there and you said that OG was saying all this shit about these women when they go back and they show her telling you guys to form your own opinion on these women. So y'all just sit up there and go make up lies. See, that's shit I'm talking about. I can't with these fucking sisters. Like, I just can't with them. Like, for real, I cannot with them. Country bitches. I'm country too, but fuck them. Country bitches. Like, are you serious? I can't fuck with that. I cannot fuck with that. Y'all are I saw right through the bullshit from the very beginning. I saw the shit from the very beginning. Like, I just cannot. The trash sisters is what the fuck you are, bitch. I saw that shit. When your fast ass start going. Tonight. tonight, Terrence. Like, I cannot. I cannot. Really. I can't. Y'all bitches looking for clout. Soon as you had a disagreement with OG, you ran right on over there to the bobblehead monster and Master Splinter. That's what the fuck you did. You already knew what the fuck you were here to do. So get the fuck out of here. OG already blasted your ass already about your true intentions as to why the fuck you came on this show. Trash ass bitches, okay? Y'all had no intention. Y'all ain't do shit but follow production's orders. That's what that was. And then when OG exposed you and you came back with your own receipts, you didn't do shit but prove her fucking point. That's all the fuck you did. You did not help your case at all. So fuck out of here. Both of y'all are like buzzing mosquitoes. We don't want you here. We rather just spray your ass down and kill you. Cause we don't need you here. So fuck y'all. Messy bitches. Fuck both of y'all. Seriously, fuck y'all. Who's next on my list? Jennifer. First of all, nobody gives a fuck about your car that got stolen by that scammer you was fucking. That's number one. We don't give a fuck about the scammer that dicked you down for months and you were dumb enough to let him steal your car. We don't give a fuck about that. That's number one. Number two, fuck you and your documentary. That's number two. Number three, bitch, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Because it's really rich of you to sit here and talk about somebody else's attitude when you have had a stank attitude, much like your breath, ever since you've been on this motherfucking show, bitch. Let's just be all the way real with that shit, okay? You been had a fucked up attitude. You been known for a fucked up ass attitude. So who the fuck are you? Ain't nobody gonna watch that fucking documentary. Don't nobody give a fuck. I ain't watching it. And don't now, bitch, you can ask me to review a motherfucking thing. I ain't, fuck that. I'm not doing shit. Not a motherfucking thing. You talked all that shit about how you not going over to the house. You not going over to the house. You ain't going to the house. You ain't going to the house, but you went. And now you over here talking to Evelyn on Instagram after all that shit that went down between you and Evelyn and blah 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 blah. Like, girl, bye. You been want to go back up Evelyn's cooch anyway, so shut the fuck up. And then the thing about this is, what really kills me. Oh, Terrence, don't worry, I'm gonna get the Jackie. What kills me with the fans of this show is that they constantly try to make Jennifer out to be a villain, a victim, like she wasn't a bully herself. See, let me tell you something about Miss Jennifer. I ain't never seen it for that bitch. I ain't never seen it for her. Let me just make that clear. I ain't never, ever, ever in my life ever seen it for that bitch, period. I ain't never seen it for her, never seen it for her, because she was a bully herself. Now, let's just start there. She was a bully herself. She wasn't all boisterous and shit like Tammy or Evelyn was. She was a fucking mean girl. She was passive aggressive with her bully shit. She was a bully and then turned around with the same motherfucking thing, got bullied by the same bitches she was bullying other bitches with. Okay? So y'all can kill me with that shit. Just like when she was sick. Just like when I didn't give a fuck about Eric throwing that drink in her face. I didn't give a fuck about Eric with his damn what was the name of that shit? His kumquat head ass throwing that damn drink in her face. I didn't give not one fuck. Drown that bitch. I didn't give a fuck. I normally don't like men that do that shit to women, but fuck that bitch. Fuck her. Hopefully she knew how to swim. Go to the YMCA, bitch. I hope you went after you got that drink thrown in your motherfucking face. Fuck Jennifer. I just don't understand why people have ever always felt like she was a fucking victim. She was never a victim. She was a fucking bully and a mean ass bitch. That's what she was, especially with the way she treated Royce when Royce never really did nothing to her. But what was she doing? Following Evelyn. giraffe ear ass. Like, fuck that bitch. I ain't never seen it for Jennifer. Fuck her. And the fact that she want to sit up here and talk about the fact that OG got a bad attitude. Bitch, you had a stank fucking attitude the whole time you were here. A stank ass attitude. But now you feel refreshed because of the fact that Evelyn gave you the time of day. You been looking for a reason to fall out with OG, bitch. You been looking for that reason. You been looking for that reason. You slow ass bitch. You dumb. Should we go down a list of the bitches you bully? I know I made a whole video about it, but should I go down a list of the bitches you bully? The chat room, chat, please let me know. Should I go down a list of the bitches she bully? Please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know. Joshua, I'm not even finna dignify you with no response because that's silly to me. That's stupid as fuck to me. I'm not even finna do that. But should I go down the list of all the bitches she bullied? Please say yes or no. Please. Please let me know so I can do it. Please let me know. Please. I see the yeses. Okay. Let's get into it. Boom. Okay. Jennifer and her list of victims. Let's go down the list. First victim was Gloria. It was rumored that Gloria's sister rather, was sleeping with Shaquille O'Neal, which was Shawnee's soon-to-be ex-husband at the time. Her and Evelyn sat there and made this girl's life a living hell. Now, true enough, Gloria was a judgmental ass bitch. She sat there and she talked about Royce like a dog, but was all in her face. That was very true. But at the end of the day, she was bullied by the Addams family, which is Jennifer, Evelyn, and Shawnee. Second victim, Royce. My, what can we say about Royce? Royce was a cheerleader who knew how to dance, but also knew how to fight and knew how to stand her ground. They bully Royce because she did not dress up the part like they did. They bully Royce because she was a more sporty female. She wasn't into wearing all those designer labels and shit like that because it was more to life than wearing designer labels. But that's all the fuck these bitches had to show for whatever the fuck they had going on because all they had to do was lay down, open up their legs to give their man a little bit of pussy, and now they're on. But Royce was a cheerleader, but also had her own dance company. Wore her real hair, didn't really have to wear makeup, and she didn't give a fuck about them and wasn't thirsty to be in their clique. And they hated her for it simply because she did not give a fuck enough to be around them. Next victim, Ashley Walker. Ashley Walker came on a show as a person that was engaged to her friend Laura's ex-man by the name of Rafer. Rafer was a basketball player. Don't know who the fuck he played for because basketball ain't my steez. However, she bullied her. Came to an event, tried to, intimidate her. Even crashed her charity event, the same event where Tammy was about to stomp a mud hole in Jennifer's ass about not knowing what a food stamp was. And she tried her best to bully her, and she had Evelyn as her guard dog doing all of her dirty work. But was pretty ironic, after season 3, the same bitch that she was bullying other bitches with turned around and bullied her. Evelyn started jumping across tables, trying to fight her, hit her upside the head with a clutch purse, even went to Tahiti and ran all of her businesses to who she was sleeping with when they was in Las Vegas. But Everybody felt sorry for Jennifer. But guess who did it? Me. I didn't feel sorry for her. Period. Period. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? Please let me know. Am I making any sense? And not to mention the season after Evelyn jumped across the table on you and had one of her good friends slap you in the fucking face. You were fired from the show. You lost your bag because your bullying ex-best friend got you fired. In the words of Monica, who sang the hit song written by Missy Elliott called Knock Knock from the third album, which was After the Storm, in Monica's famous words, "It's funny how the tables turn, 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 turn." Then she disappears for a couple of years and then she comes back to Basketball Wives, season 6. Almost didn't make it because Evelyn blocked her return, but she winded up coming back. And the first thing that she did was make amends with Evelyn. Then we go into season 7, where we meet new girls Cece and OG. She bullied the shit out of OG. Okay? Her and Evelyn were behind the whole happy endings rumor. Tried to be a detriment to her business. And even called the tea kettle a fucking sponge when she called Cece a dumbass. When Jennifer is probably the dumbest bitch I've ever seen on reality TV. Jennifer tried to bully Cece right alongside Evelyn. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for her though. I'm supposed to feel sorry for her. I'm supposed to feel sorry for this bitch. No, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is all of Jennifer's victims. So that's why I always get a good kiki whenever the people try to get me to understand that that she is a victim. Bitch, please. That will never be over here. Okay? Now who's next on the list? Jackie. Jackie, who has a lot of nerve. A lot of nerve. What's really funny to me about Jackie is that Tammy told OG not too long ago that Jackie was fake. She said that a long time ago, that Jackie was fake. All Jackie ever did was sit there and try to be a part of the clique when these women never gave two shits about her. You wanted to be up these women's asses so bad. These are the same damn women that sat there and was on a campaign to make you look like a colorist ass daughter. Not colorist daughter, a colorist ass mother. They read your daughter's book and they believed every word that she said. I believed every word she said. But I still defended you because I felt that they were sticking their nose where it didn't belong. You up Shawnee's ass so bad, but Shawnee was one of the main ones that sat there with Evelyn and talked cash money shit about you. The same way you kicked OG out of that house today. Why you didn't kick Shawnee out of your life? Oh, because you wanted her to keep signing your checks. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. You fake. You fake as fuck, bitch. You fake. Because you couldn't even ride with your friend. My thing about this is, she told you what it was. She told you. And you're trying to tell her that it was not it. And that's the thing that triggers me the most with people. When someone tries to open up to you and tell you what they felt and tell you exactly what they experienced, and you tell them that they didn't experience, bitch, that is a fucking insult. Period. A fucking insult. Prime examples, bitch. Since you act like you don't understand, prime examples. I've used this as an example before. I, Scotty, by Nature TV, aka Scotty, aka Mr. Still Standing, I was bullied in school. I've spoken on my experience many, many times. Anytime someone would sit there and question my story when I know what the fuck I went through and the torment that I went through, and somebody questions that triggers the fuck out of me. I remember talking about it on Facebook one time, and one of the bitches that used to do this shit to me gonna tell me, didn't nobody do nothing to your ass. So you know I let her have it right. You know I let her have it right. Cause bitch, let me tell you something. Don't you ever come on my status where I'm speaking about my motherfucking experience that you were part of and tell me that that did not happen to me. No. Because first of all, you dumb. Second of all, you dumb. Third of all, you're dumb. And you don't amount to anything. And you can't spell, and your subjects and verbs never agree. They always disagree. They never agree on anything. So you don't have a right to comment on nothing that I post. Especially in regards to me and my motherfucking story, bitch. I bet you she can say shit else. I know that. Or it's like a person saying that they was molested by a family member and someone tells them that it didn't happen. What are you saying? So for Jackie to sit up here and say that didn't happen, that's triggering. Who the fuck are you to tell her what happened to her? You might need to shut the fuck up on this topic because you've already been accused of being a colorist by both of your daughters. So you might want to shut what they call the fuck up, bitch. This is what you might want to do. That's what you might want to do. Because this ain't the conversation for you. It's not. This is not the conversation for you. Absolutely, positively. It's not the conversation for you at all. You might need to let it go. Because this ain't for you. It ain't the conversation for you. And you know it's not. It ain't the conversation. Just shut the fuck up. I don't expect you to understand what OG went through because you didn't understand what your own fucking daughter went through. Not only were you a colorist to your daughter, but you were a fat shamer to your fucking daughter, bitch. So of course you don't understand. Your daughter wrote a whole book about you being a colorist. Your own daughter sat there with Laura Govan on Basketball Wives LA season 2 and exposed you for being a colorist and a fat shamer to your oldest daughter. If we're gonna be real, be real. Shut the fuck up, Jackie. Are you serious? And the fact that she really just turned on OG like that is really bananas to me. It's bananas to me. You're not a real friend. You ain't shit. I don't see it for Jackie Christie anymore because she's a turncoat ass bitch. You wanna sit up here. What the fuck Laura got to do with anything? This ain't me defending Laura. What the fuck she got to do with it? I ain't say she wasn't no colorist. I said her daughter sat with Laura and told Laura that her mother was colorist to her sister. In a discussion. What the fuck Laura got to do with it? Anyway, Jackie is full of it. Like Jackie is really full of shit for real though. For real, for real. Like I can't even believe that. How she sat there and she turned on OG like that. You got to be fucking kidding me. You honestly have to be kidding me. Like for real. You gotta be kidding me. Like you turned on your friend for these hoes. Okay. But I've been saying Jackie fake though. But fuck Jackie. Next up is Billy D. Williams, aka Kristin. What can I say about Miss Billy D? She's a dummy who sat there and turned on her own family to be with the popular girls. The same one that is the reason for her husband and her father in law's relationship not being what it is because she decided to get her ass on the show desperate for a fucking check in turn on her mother in law for a bunch of bitches that she don't even know. Quick to turn on Cece when she came to the motherfucking show with Cece. Quick to do that. Quick to turn on her at the drop of a dime. But wonders why her father-in-law doesn't want to fuck with her. You a follower. You ain't got no mind of your own, bitch. That's why I don't like you. That's why I ain't never liked you. You ain't got a mind of your own. You follow Malaysia, you follow Shawnee, you follow Evelyn. You ain't got a mind of your own, bitch. You don't got a brain. The only thing that's in your head is rocks, air, and leaves. You don't have a brain up there, because if you did, you would know exactly what the fuck you doing, and you don't know what the fuck you doing. You turn on your family, bitch, for some superficial ass relationships. And I really get irritated when I see people defend Billy D. Williams. She ain't shit to be defending. Nothing to be defending. I don't understand. Nothing to be defending. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to be defending. It's just killing me. Like she's an annoying ass bitch. She's like a you know how you sitting outside in the south and there's a fly just buzzing around your ear that just won't go the fuck away and you take that fly swat and you be like that's exactly what the fuck Billy D. Williams do. That's what she is, a fucking fly. She's a flea. She's a flea. She's nothing. She's a baby maggot. She ain't shit. Fuck that bitch. Okay? Fuck her. And I Don't give a fuck about nobody coming on this video calling me misogynistic, calling me every which word in the book because I'm dragging these bitches. I don't give a fuck. Because like I said at the very beginning, motherfuckers come up on here all the time talking about how I disrespect Evelyn and them every week. So the fuck what? I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. I'm gonna keep disrespecting them. But that's really all I got on Billy D, broke ass. That's really all I got for her. I ain't really got much for her. Nothing. Because she's a following ass bitch. Period. So, who's next? Who's next? I think Evelyn is next. Evelyn's next, okay. This motherfucking cantaloupe head ass bitch. It's so much I could say about her. First of all, she can dish it out, but she just can't fucking take it. Do you hear me? She can dish it out, but she just can't fucking take it. She can dish it out, but she just can't fucking take it. For you to start the season off with your Pac-Man looking ass, for you to start the season off crying about the allegations against you being a racist and a colorist, for you to cry about that as if we supposed to give a fuck. I don't understand how your Luigi looking ass can sit up here and tell me that you don't understand why people are calling you what they're calling you. You gave everybody the ammunition to say that shit about your Super Mario brother looking ass. You did that. And did nobody just come up with that on their own, just off the top of their head? You did that. You did that. You did. All you do is cry like a weak ass bitch, but you swear you so fucking hard. You know who to try that shit with. Like you sit up there and you dish all this shit out. You can talk about everybody. You can say this. But as soon as somebody say something to you, don't talk about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter. It's always your daughter. Don't nobody give a fuck about you or your daughter, bitch. No one gives a fuck. Seriously, no one cares. No one cares, Pikachu. No one cares. Period. Nobody gives a fuck, Pokemon. No one cares. First of all, should I go down the list of the people she bullied? Please say yes or no. Please say yes or no. Please let me know. I'm just waiting on the word. Okay. Okay. First of all, your first victim was Royce. When the show first started on season 1, we saw Royce at a dance competition and she was twerking her ass, shaking her ass, doing what she do best, you know what I mean? But then Evelyn immediately came judgmental. Talking about how bad it looks for her to be dancing like that when in all actuality, she has a past as a whore herself. She has a past of sleeping with other people's husbands herself. She has a past of being a groupie herself, but yet she wants to sit up and talk about groupies. But she was a groupie too. But she acts as if her wholeness has been deleted when she sat up there, went on a date with Chad Ochocinco, and fucked him on the first date. and wondered why the shit didn't last when you got with them. Looking like fucking Dee Dee off Dexter's Laboratory, bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. That's number one. She caught herself trying to fight Royce, but Royce hit her in the face with a glass. And she didn't know how to handle that because she got punked out by the person that she tried to bully. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Second person she bullied was Vanessa. Do y'all remember Vanessa? On season one of Basketball Wives, there was this chick named Vanessa. I don't know what her race was. I just know that she was a friend of Susie's. And apparently, she was saying that Vanessa was her stalker. She said that Vanessa posted her daughter's pictures online and all of this other stuff. And when they met up to sit down with Vanessa, Evelyn could barely hold it together, acting like a wild animal. Acting like a wild animal, and hurled a drink in her face. Hurled a drink in her face. And thought she was doing something when she threw the drink in her face. I think that was the first time we saw her throw something at someone with season one. So she was the first to throw something at somebody. So bitch please, okay? Like bitch please. At this point, I might take a few calls tonight before I get off this live to let everybody say what they gotta say. But y'all please don't be long-winded, child. Cause y'all was long-winded as hell last time. Y'all made me tired last week when I went live. But I might let a few people come up and say what's on their mind. 2 minutes tops. And then move on to the next. That's if y'all want to do that. If y'all want to do that, say hell yeah in the chat. If y'all want to see that happen tonight, say hell yeah, okay? But anywho, her next victim was Susie. She said Susie was running her mouth about what happened in Vegas, which she probably was. But it's one thing that you mad with her because she ran her mouth about what happened in Vegas. But it's another thing that you bullied this woman at every given fucking turn that season. You wouldn't let her breathe. You ran down on Susie every fucking scene y'all were in to the point to where when y'all ambushed Gloria and her at that restaurant, her little scary ass got up and left Gloria there to fend for herself. This is how scared she was for her life because you was talking a big ass game. I'm from the Bronx and y'all not gonna talk about my daughter. Bitch, fuck you. Like, fuck you, bitch. Like I said, suck a big dick, mine big enough for you to suck it. I'll choke you with it, bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. Because we know you good at sucking a dick. So shut the fuck up. I'm pretty sure you'll make my babies come in a minute. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Very disgusting to Susie. Like, I ain't like Susie at all, but Evelyn did way too much when it came down to Susie. Way too fucking much. Way too much. Um, After Susie, there was. Can I can I even include Tammy in this? She tried to bully Tammy, but it didn't work. She tried to bully Tammy, but it didn't work. She made a match with Tammy. Then after that, she bullied Ashley as well with Jennifer. She bullied Ashley. Um, she was right there with Tammy, um, helping her bully Mika. Um, let's see who else. She was right there with Shawnee bullying Gloria. I'm all out of whack right now because I forgot about them, but whatever. She bullied Kenya Bill. Um, threw a wine bottle at her, threw a plate at her, all of this other shit. She bullied her. But sat there and cried when Tammy bullied Keisha as if she didn't just do the same thing to fucking Kenya. But you didn't say shit when she bullied her. Um, who comes after Kenya? She didn't really do shit to Keisha. What she did to Tasha was she wrote a book about the affair that her husband had. I not wrote a book about it, but she included the affair in one of her books or some shit like that. Then I don't give a damn if she stood up to Tammy or not. She didn't have that same energy for Tammy as she had for everybody else. Sorry, Joshua. But not sorry. Um, she bullied Jennifer as much as I didn't feel sorry for Jennifer at the time, but she bullied Jennifer. She jumped across the table at her, had her guard dog slap her in the face. She hit her upside the head with a damn clutch. Um, did countless amounts of things to Jennifer. Um, should I include Jackie in this? Should I include Brandy in this? Who else? Cece. And she thought she could bully OG. And it just didn't happen the way she thought it would. Evelyn's always been a pussy. You know what I mean? Like Evelyn always been a pussy. She's always and forever been a pussy. And people really be bigging her up for this shit. They really be trying to act like she all gangster and shit. When she didn't do shit. She ain't nobody's gangster. You ain't no thug man. Are you serious? You ain't no fucking gangster. I know girls that will kick your ass straight up. That will beat your ass. They ain't gonna give a fuck about your daughter. They'll beat your ass and your daughter ass too. Straight up. So you can go somewhere and sit the fuck down with that shit. You be trying to bully these you be trying to bully these women that you know that you can probably beat. Okay. Like, girl, bye. You pick and choose who the fuck you want to bully. You know the deal. Just like Radio Queen B said, you a wankster. Like 50 Cent said, you say you a gangster, but you never pop none. But I say you a wankster, and you need to stop front. That's what the fuck you need to do. You a wankster. You ain't no gangster. You a fucking wankster and no one believes you. And on top of that, you thought that you could bully Dominique last season and you got handled. So like I said, you pick and choose who the fuck you want to fuck with. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. And last but not least, let's talk about Master Splinter. The biggest offender out of this whole situation. The biggest offender. The biggest offender of this whole situation. Not Shawnee, but Shondia. Let me tell you something, bitch. Let me tell you something, bitch. When I tell you that I don't like your ass, I really mean this shit. I don't fucking like you, bitch. I don't fucking like you, bitch. I swear to God, I don't motherfucking like you. I ain't never liked you. Why? Because you are a passive aggressive ass bitch. That's what you've always been. You are a passive aggressive ass bitch. That's what you are. And you've always been there. And you sit there and you let your guard dog, which is Evelyn Lazada, do your fucking dirty work. You sit up there and you let them do your motherfucking dirty work. Straight up. That's what the fuck you do. And you just sit up there and you wash your hands of the situation. This is what you do. Evelyn be up there doing all your motherfucking dirty work, and you just sit back like this and sanitize your hands of the situation like you ain't got nothing to do with it. You got everything to do with it. You're a production. You're a cast member. Evelyn is your favorite. She's a production fucking pet. You have everything to do with it, and the root of this shit is you. That's what this is, because you've been doing this shit. You've been doing this shit, and you've been sending people to be your motherfucking guard dog to attack. You've been doing this shit. You've been doing it. You've been doing it. And the fact that I see people defending you, you've been doing this shit. And your shit goes all the way back to season 1. Don't get me started on you, because I've been calling you out. I've been calling you out. You diet nose ass bitch. Your nose ain't even got no motherfucking calories in it, bitch. That's why it's so fucking small. You ain't got no calories in your nose. Your nose ain't full at all. It ain't got no sugar, no nothing. Diet nose ass bitch. That's what the fuck it is. You got half of a nostril. You ain't got shit going on, bitch. Straight the fuck up. I don't fucking like your ass, bitch. All you ever do is that passive aggressive ass bullshit. That's what you do. That's what the fuck you do, and you think don't nobody see it. Just because you ain't out here bullying people the same way your motherfucking friend do, don't mean you ain't no fucking bully, bitch. Cause I see right through you, and I've been seeing right through you, bitch. I've been seeing right through you. Your nose ain't got no calories, bitch. 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 You ain't got shit going on. The only thing you got going on is being Shaq's ex-wife. Other than that, without that, you would be a basic ass bitch. That's what the fuck you would be, okay? That's what the fuck your ass would be. So you can kill it with the bullshit. Like I said, your shit has been going on since the very beginning. And like I said, if anybody been watching me from the jump back when I was Mr. Still Standing from the very beginning in 2010, I've been calling her out on her shit. Who been watching me since 20? Who been watching me from the beginning? Who been watching me to know that I've been calling Shani out? If there's some OG Team Scotty members in here, please let it be known that Scotty been calling her ass out. I just want to know if there's any OGs in here that know that I've been calling her the fuck out. Because I've been calling that bitch out on all her motherfucking shit from the very motherfucking beginning. I've been doing it. The thing about this is, like I said, you've been starting this shit from the very motherfucking beginning. You've been doing this. Okay, for example, you started this shit on season 1. You started this shit on season 1. You put Gloria on this show just so she could be attacked by your pack of wolves. That's number 1. Number 2, you don't want to make yourself look bad on TV. You didn't want to be the one to show the fuck out because you had something to lose. So you let Evelyn and you let Jennifer and you let Susie and all of them attack Gloria on your behalf while you sit in the background allowing that shit to happen. The only time you came out and spoke up on your own mess was when you was there, when you had an audience with you. That's because that's how I know that you a weak ass bitch. You waited till you had an audience with you. You had Jennifer, you had Evelyn, and you had Royce, and all of them with you. When you went to Orlando to confront Gloria about her wedding getting canceled, when you got a fresh ass divorce decree, bitch, bye. Bitch, bye. And you know what? As wrong as this may be, I hope Laura did fuck your husband. I hope she did fuck Shaq. Shaq already looked like he smelled like onions. He looked like he smelled like a damn double stack burger to me. But I hope she did fuck him. Fucked him for everything she could. I really hope she did. Bitch. You are Geppetto. That's what you've always been. So it is what it is. Like, you've been doing this. From the very beginning, you've been doing this shit. Period. You the different type of bully. You the bully that manipulates shit behind the scenes to get everybody else to do your dirty work. That's what the fuck you do. You can tell when you don't like somebody. Bitch. Seriously. You didn't like Royce because she told you about yourself. Then after Royce told you about yourself, what you decided to do was, I'm going to get these. This is what you always do. I'm going to get the troops together and tell them not to film with that bitch so she can get kicked out. See, you've been trying to get Royce kicked out since season 3. Really, season 2, you tried to get it kicked out. VH1 said no. So what you did was, I'm going to get Jennifer and Evelyn to not film with Royce. And it took you 2 seasons to get her off the show. Brandy Maxfield. A lot of y'all don't like her. I never understood why, but a lot of y'all don't like her. But I do. A lot of y'all don't like her, but I do. And the reason why I've always liked her is simply because of the fact that she has always stood in her shit and she always spoke up for herself. And honestly, everything that she said about Shawnee was everything that I always said. Shawnee brought her ass over to Basketball Wives LA thinking that she was saving the show, thinking that she was doing what she needed to do, or thinking that she was going to be the one to save it. Period. I don't know who told her that we needed her to save anything. We didn't need her to save shit. The show was just fine before she brought her no nose having ass along. Let's just make that motherfucking clear. We didn't need her, but she came on there and fucked it up. She came on there and fucked it up for the worst. Made it worse off than what it already was. That's what the fuck she did. She didn't do anything to help the show. She fucked it up is what she did. That's what the fuck she did. Brandy called her out on her shit at that table in her face, and she could not handle it. Brandy called her a bitch and said she was acting like a bitch and called her out for a snobby ass attitude because she came over there thinking that she was better than the group. She came over there saying that LA was worse off than Miami, and that was a big ass lie. Because no matter whatever happened in LA, they were nowhere near as gutter as Miami was, and that's just real talk. Soon as Brandy cussed her the fuck out like she needed to be cursed out, she wanted to fire her. But VH1 said no. She couldn't get rid of her season 5. She thought she got rid of her season 6, but it didn't happen. She came on season 6. Shawnee said, you know what? I'm not filming with her. So all I need to do is get Tammy and Evelyn at the film with her, and she gonna be out the door. And that's what happened. That's what happened. She can't never take a little bit of competition. She can't take nobody put her in her place. She can put everybody else in their place, but she can't handle being put in her place. The same thing she's doing with OG. Pulling this I'm not gonna film with her card. What did OG ever do to you, Shawnee? I'm just trying to understand that. What did she ever do to you? What did she ever do to you? I'm just trying to understand that. She didn't do shit to you. She just called your friend out on her shit. She called your friend out on her A1 credit, her kids, her family, and her wet motherfucking pussy. That's what she called her out on. Because you didn't have no other reason not to like her. You only disliked her for reasons and for no reason, and that was only because she called you out on your shit. That's why you couldn't take her. That's why you couldn't take her. The same way you couldn't take Royce, the same way you could not take OG. Bitch. Straight up. Everything that she said about Master Splinter was the damn truth. Okay? Now, I've been on here for a little over an hour, so what I'm gonna do for the next 30 minutes is allow a couple of call-ins, okay? So I just put the link in the chat, okay? So what I want you guys to do is I'm gonna let one person come in at a time. Y'all can come in as I go, but I'll put one person on the screen at one time because the last time I made this shit into a panel, it went haywire and I could barely control it at all. But tonight we're a little bit mellow. I just got off of work and shit like that. So I just put the link in the chat. If y'all want to call in, go ahead. I'm gonna let one person in at a time. But I'm ready, y'all. So the link is in the chat if y'all want to call in and say y'all piece. Please keep it at 2 minutes at the most. 2 minutes. Let's not get so long winded because I am tired now. I am kind of tired. But yeah. So the link is in there, and I'm waiting. I'm posting it again so y'all can see it. Scotty, don't forget that Cece threw Kristin the baby shower and offer her it. See what I'm saying? She ain't shit. But people be defending her ass too. If it is, I ain't reviewing it. Of course it was, because they ain't doing shit but trying to clear their name. That's all that is. Boom. And she didn't even like the LA cast when they first came along. Let's make that clear. She didn't even want nothing to do with that cast. Absolutely nothing when they first came out. Okay, so we got one person on the line. Let's bring her into the building.
Hey, Scotty.
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm finding yourself.
I'm good. I'm good. So what you got to say about this BS tonight?
Oh,
Wow.
golly. I don't even want to talk about it. Last week was my last week watching because they made me mad so bad that I couldn't do it.
Right. It's too much, and they don't even see the error of their wrongdoings. Like that's the thing that really gets me. And not only do they not see the error of their wrongdoings, then you got the fans who refuses to see what they're doing. Like they just don't see past the manipulation. OG has put out receipt after receipt after receipt to expose them, and people still don't see it.
And these flip flopping fans don't see that production doing the same thing, trying to save their job. I hope they don't come back because they get on my nerves.
Well, Jennifer claims they coming back for a 10th season. I don't think I'll be reviewing it, so they can have it.
I stopped watching it after last week. I won't watch it anymore. They don't have to worry about me no more.
Nothing to see, trust me. It ain't you ain't missing out a damn thing. It ain't nothing to see. Period. Nothing at all.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna get off this phone. Let somebody else get on here. I have to lay down to go to bed, go to work in the morning. My Aquarius brother from Mississippi.
All right, thank you for coming.
You welcome.
All
Uh,
right.
uh,
All right. Okay, we got somebody else. Here we go. Tinks 88. This what's going on?
Hey, Scotty. So, can you hear me
What's
okay?
going
This
on?
is my first time
Hmm.
using this.
No, you good. I can hear you
All right,
well. I
cool.
can hear you well.
So, first and foremost, I love your channel. Huge,
Thank
huge fan.
you.
I don't think we've ever met in person, but you seen me a few times around here.
Uh-huh.
Not in person. I know. Oh my God, I'm real good friends with Jamar. I've been like when he was in Houston, and I
Oh.
did see him in LA. But like I said, I never met you
Oh.
in person, so
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay.
used to do YouTube, don't do it no more, but love watching y'all on YouTube. So, anyways, long story
Mhm.
short, you read the shit out of their asses, first and foremost. And even though I don't even really like fuck with basketball wives like that, because I could never be on that show, I've been peeped since season one, all that colorism bullshit, especially with Evelyn, and especially the way they came at Royce. Now, granted, I'm part of the petite team, so I didn't understand what the issue was with Royce any damn way. But again, this shit with OG, and this is just speaking from my personal experiences of growing up,
Mm-hmm.
of being called Blackie and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up, motherfuckers talk stupid shit, whatever. But I can understand where she feels as far as the colorism shit. And Shawnee know her ass is dead wrong, but I do feel all day, every day, Shawnee is eating all her motherfucking words. Because for you to sit up
Mm-hmm.
here and say we too damn invested, why the fuck y'all shit ending so quickly?
And
Like
why
I'm
those
just
ratings are
thinking,
down?
right? I'm just thinking, like, bitch, did you realize that you real life did this show for our viewership, bitch? I pay your bills. If I don't watch your shit, you don't get shit.
Exactly.
Understand you got all these little yank yank
Exactly.
businesses around the house or whatever the fuck you want to call them. But at the end of the day, you work for me. I don't work for you. And that's what I did not like
Exactly.
about Shawnee. And I did not like about and Evelyn, that bitch can go on about herself because all of y'all been saying this, and I'm talking about the YouTubers that because I watch y'all YouTube videos, I refuse to give Shawnee my viewership. I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But all that shit that y'all was saying was dead on true. Evelyn, you want to sit up here and talk about you a fucking victim and all that shit. Why the fuck would you even think that it was smart to contact Chad Ochocinco on OG? For what? But you was just screaming victim.
Exactly.
I'm
Trying
not
to prove a point.
understanding. Say that again. I'm sorry, baby.
I said exactly trying to prove a point, but made herself look stupid in the
And
process.
thank you, and got her face totally cracked when she pulled out
Exactly.
that phone. I was like, Evelyn, aren't you done getting your face cracked? But again, Evelyn and Shawnee met their match when they fucked with OG. And they did not expect for us, the
Mm-hmm.
viewers, to take her side because you been punking people. Now I don't care. Understandable. Tammy was not right with that shit that she did with Keisha. But I will say this: when she got in Evelyn's ass, she got in Evelyn's motherfucking ass, and Evelyn knew
She
not to
did.
play with her because just like she said at
Exactly.
that dinner table, I forgot what season it was. Put your hand up again. Did she put her hand up again? No, she didn't.
Not at all. Mm-mm. She did
But
not.
and then they all and I'm sorry, Jackie, she pissed me off too because what y'all stated was true about Jackie ass. Bitch, your daughter did a whole book about your ass, and you mean to tell me you don't see nothing wrong with what the fuck Evelyn and Shawnee is doing when you was just in the hot seat last season or whatever season that fucking was when
Mm-hmm.
your own blood came after your ass. But you don't see nothing
Exactly.
wrong with what they doing, and that's why I'm not understanding where's the logic in this. And Malaysia can go on because you got one time to tell me, bitch, I don't bring no substance. I ain't fucking with you.
Period.
But yet that
Period.
shit goes over her head. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not feeling how these
Exactly.
producers are doing it. And at the end of the day, Evelyn and Shawnee got what y'all asked for. You claim that we too invested. Well, bitch, how you like it now? Your shit ending in under 10
Exactly.
motherfucking episodes. Not even a reunion. You weren't even good enough for a reunion. So
Ah,
I'm just saying, bitch, you wasn't even good enough for a reunion, but you was just talking all that
exactly.
cash money shit last year. How that shit feel now? And we're doing the pandemic too. So
Exactly. Don't
I
nobody
just
want to
say
watch
that
this shit.
thank you. And I'm just saying because when I tell you you read every fucking thing down, I was like, you know what? He right. He right. That shit did. Wait a minute. And you mean to tell me none of these age ass old egg having ass hens don't see this shit? Yes, I call them old egg having ass hens. Because Evelyn, for you to be paying your motherfucking pussy thinking that you about the shit, bitch, you ain't nothing but a damn paid cash register. That's why you named your child Cash, because you knew what the fuck all you was worth. Just sitting on your back and collecting cash, having babies. And you want to talk about your daughter this, your daughter that, bitch, please. Your daughter learned it from the best. You.
Ooh.
I'm,
Well,
I'm
with
just
that
saying.
being said,
And with that, I'm gonna go back in the chat and enjoy your live. But I just wanted to pop on here and say that you better preach and go in on these hoes, because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for you, Bondi, uh, James, and all of y'all, and giving you the realty, yes, I watch all of them. If it wasn't for y'all and Alex, I can't forget about Alex because he be making me die laughing. You, him, and Bondi be giving me life. All of y'all do, but y'all three, but y'all are the only reasons why I watched it because I refuse to get at home my views, bitch. My viewership ain't paying your bills. I'm too invested. Remember, we'll figure out another investment hole.
All right. Thank you for
Have
coming
a good
on.
one. Mwah. Bye.
You too. Bye. Bye bye. All right, Peach. What's
Hey,
going
Scotty.
on? How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back on here a second time.
Yes, yes. The last time you was on here was a little bit of chaos, but we made it.
But it was great. I enjoyed your views and the views of other persons that were able to see beyond what was. It's like we're living in an alternate reality. So there is what
Mhm.
people show you, and if you are able to, if willing and able to decipher what is true from what is lie. So let me start with the sisters, right? And let's say
Mhm.
we're going to work with the narrative that OG is grasping after straws, right?
Mhm.
The sisters went on an interview on another YouTuber's channel, and they sat there with the V girl, and they spoke. He asked them literally about two questions, and they took over the show. And they told this story about how OG reached out to her and how OG was the one trying to get her on the show, and that they went in, and that even the part that is in OG's recording where they were saying that when they were like saying to the host, when they said to finish me, then OG didn't like smoke, so she had to leave the room. So
Mhm.
they were going to give it to her, right? When I listened to the record,
Right.
OG was very much happy the entire time, right? He was using what the sisters put out there to see what from what is lie. We're not even putting OG in this. They said something, and a recording came out of them saying credit what they said. And let's take the recording out. When Phoebe asked them, "How did you get on the show? Did OG contact you?" They said no. But they had an interview saying that OG was the one reaching out to them to try to get shit on Phoebe. So they, in and of themselves, they discredit their own selves. They
Mhm.
discredit themselves. They're not capable of telling a truth. They can't even remember the lie that they were trying to tell. Right? I think that colorism is literally somebody has to speak about your skin. Right? And OG was
Right.
saying that the colorism issue of the group. She doesn't understand that there are some people that do colorist things, but then there's some people that maybe they don't understand what colorism is and they allow it to happen, right?
Mhm.
They don't step in and say, no, I don't think that's appropriate, or no, I don't think you should speak to another black man like that, right? So they're guilty by
Mhm.
association. They're guilty just because they're there and allow certain things to happen. And I understand a lot of people really don't understand what colorism is. A lot of people think that, oh, Evelyn mentioned anybody's skin, or no one on the show ever mentioned anybody's skin color, and that makes them not a colorist. Colorism is deeper than that. And until people educate themselves, you
Mhm.
watching this show, you're never gonna understand what is going on. Shit is gonna keep flying over your heads, right? People
Right.
keep forgetting that in last season they started calling OG aggressive, even though we didn't see her doing anything aggressive. But she was so aggressive, and everybody was scared to the point that Shawnee didn't want to go and tell OG herself that she can't come on the last trip with them or the dinner with them. So she had to tell Jackie for Jackie to relate it to OG, right? But when Evelyn pulled receipts, everybody, everybody could have told her to go find OG where she was. So if you were so afraid of her, how are you so comfortable to go find
Mm-hmm.
her. If you're afraid of somebody, aren't you going to be trying to keep yourself away from her? So they segregated her because she's so aggressive, but they were the one that went to her with the receipts. OG
Exactly.
said what she said to them, but they were the one that kept going to her, just like this season. They are the one that keeps going over to the house to have a conversation. As a matter of fact, they're not trying to have a conversation. They're over there trying to tell OG that, listen, what did I do when OG never said, Malaysia, you did anything, Kristin, you did anything. She said there is a colorism issue within the group. At the first recording that she released, she said, I don't want to talk to Kristin. I don't want to do a one-on-one. I want everybody sit down and we have a group discussion because this is an issue within the group, not an issue that I have with a one person. It's a group issue, so we should resolve it within the group, lest somebody take back my name and the information incorrectly, which was exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
In this larding that OG put out with the producers going off on the sisters, because what was happening was because they saw that OG was about to expose their entire lie.
Pretty much.
They started to pull some childish things like la 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 la. Who does that? Just to be over her talking, just to sound like you're over her. You're drowning out everything that she's saying. La 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 la. Who does that? Are you too? You get what I'm saying? These people
Right.
are crazy. But one thing that I took away from this entire thing was that it took a OG to do something like this, to stand in her truth and to not back down. Anybody else would have probably crumbled under the pressure. She stood her ground and she was like, you're not going to tell me how to feel. And she is right in standing her ground. Love you,
Right.
love your company. And I'll take myself back into the comment section and just listen to the rest of your thing for the night.
All right. Thank you, Peach. All right. Let's see. All right, Desiree, you're on. Hey, everybody got their bunny on tonight, child. Everybody got their bunny on.
It is nighttime. It is
Good.
1 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm supposed to be to bed, but you know what? I love your channel, Scotty. I was gonna come up here and cuss them hoes out. I was like, nah, let me not do that. Let me not. Because you already did it for me, Scott. You said everything that you need to say. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say something about the two light skinned hoes on the show. That's Evelyn. That sounds like she got a sinus infection, and that's Rashania for that Jesus doesn't love her because he didn't finish her nostrils. Okay. So for Evelyn with the sinus infection, she want to play this victim. Didn't you just insinuate like 2 seasons ago that OG man need to put his hands on her so she could be in line, so get her in line? Didn't you just insinuate that? You insinuated that OG man need to put his hands on her so she need to be in check. So and then this is domestic violence right here. She did domestic violence. This the
Exactly.
the poster the poster like girl, I've never seen nobody like her in my life. And like and then she's supposed to get baptized. I hope, oh gosh, I hope the people pull this replace because everything about it's gonna be poison. It's very active and everything. I hope they replace that holy water. It's no longer holy water no more where she gets in it. The vagina, her vagina clears out. I don't know what. And for Vashonda, I have no, I really don't have no words for it. Like it's like I'm speechless because it's like
The thing
you got Pee Wee the brain. Like it's I don't have no words for you.
is, it's really nothing you can say about her because she's the main one that needed to have the conversation with OG, but she ran.
Exactly. Talk about I don't want to be a part of this. I don't. You are a part of it. You are contributing to it,
Exactly.
especially now since you ran from the conversation. It's the thing, Shani. Your daughters are going to go through this, but I'm dark skinned. They're not your skin tone. They're my skin tone. Your daughter's gonna
Exactly.
go through this, and God, let me tell you this: they not about to tell you. They not about to tell you. I ain't telling my dad that sometimes that I got criticized because of my dark skinness and stuff like that. They not about to tell you, and you can't say you understand because you're a light skinned woman. And it's from seeing this, they definitely not about to tell you now. At least the OG. OG not ugly. Y'all mad because you know how to football tackle you across the yard? Y'all
Just
mad
because they
about that?
scared.
She's an athlete and that she get her money and not get it. It baffles me, and it just baffles me that these ladies and Jackie, for you to be the 70-something year old lady, my grandma know how to act better than you, and she the same age as you.
Oh, she messing up. You froze. Oh. Okay. I think I need to move on to the next. If you can, yeah, I'm gonna have to move on to the next. Okay. All right. Samia, I hope I think I always say your name wrong, but go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so there's a few points that I want to touch on and then one main point.
Okay.
One, okay, the first one is just the fact that they want to say there's no racism, there's no colorism, there's no anti-blackness. I feel like I look at it sideways when I look at the two main girls that decided to change their name from names that are typically associated with ghetto, black, in your face, I'm black, Rashonda and LaQuisha.
Mm.
To me, the fact that they sat there and were like, oh no, I need to go by a different name, to me speaks to how they don't even feel comfortable with the names their mamas gave them at birth. And people don't even
Hey.
know that LaQuisha, Rashonda, all of those names come from origins in Africa and in France. So these ain't just made up names. A lot of black names, they have a meaning. They actually go back to our African roots. So to deny those roots and go by different names, to me speaks volumes. Um and secondly, it kind of really bothered me and made me upset that Malaysia went to OG and was like, well, what did I do? Or what did we do? And I just don't understand, turning into the girl who is just so confused and distraught. Like when the girls told them that they didn't want Brandy to come and she brought Brandy. But
Right.
she said when Cece and Evelyn was about to get into it, all the girls went over there. Then OG went over there. OG, why you gotta come over here? Why you gotta be over here? Why you gotta be in this? And OG is literally like on camera. We can see it. She's like, everybody came over here to see what was going on. And then as
Exactly.
soon as they walk back, what does Malaysia tell OG? Why can't you just take it? What is she supposed to take?
Exactly. What exactly is she supposed to be taking? The BS? I doubt it.
No, and that's what it is. That's what Malaysia did. Malaysia sat there and said, I'm gonna take the BS. I'm gonna take all the insults, the no substance, the bashing of my friends and good Judies, so I can be cool with them. What she meant was, why can't you just take them treating you like crap until they let you in the circle?
Exactly. Boom. Boom.
Third, what really has me also bothered is both Evelyn and Shawnee saying, we can't be colorists because we dated dark skinned black men. First of all, let's talk about the fetishization and hypersexualization of dark skinned black men. This ain't just a black woman thing. This is light skinned women, women of color, white women, all go after dark skinned black men because they have this idea in their head that a black man is going to be aggressive in bed. he has a big penis, that he's gonna be able to sexually please her anyway and anyhow that she wants to. And these women will specifically go after these men, knowing that they don't like them outside of what they think they can get from
Mm-hmm.
them out of sex. Because my thing is, Evelyn done deleted it, but she was sitting there calling Chad Ochocinco blue black. But you not colorist, huh? You loved
Mm.
him so much, but you sitting here on Twitter, which she deleted, calling him blue black. Like that's supposed to be a joke.
Exactly.
And I think that's what really gets me is the fact that these women can sit there, have relationships with dark skinned black men, and still at the same time hate they black mama, hate they black sisters, hate they black cousins. That is exactly why OG said Chad wanted me. It was to say he thinks I'm beautiful, he thinks I'm attractive. He was basically trying to cheat on you with me. He would rather
Exactly.
be with me, a dark skin. And even if you look at, what was it, his previous wife or the mothers of his children, dark skinned black women with black features. But, and I think that's kind of like the thing that really bothers me is that they will jump through all of these hoops and know exactly what they doing. And I think the previous person even said it. Shawnee got dark skinned daughters. Let somebody call her daughter a gorilla. She ready to fight over her children and somebody disrespecting her children. But your friend sitting there calling another black woman a gorilla when meanwhile that could be the same type of person calling her daughter that. Because her daughter is dark skinned.
Exactly.
Her daughters look exactly like Shaq.
Hmm.
Because I don't even, and that's the thing too, because I'm going to just say this one last thing and get off, but there was an article that I was reading, and it was by a dark skinned black man. He was talking about how he has been molested and sexually harassed because women automatically see his dark skin and think that that means he's up for sex. He talked about how white women, Asian women, Latin women, all these women would just touch him, grab him without his permission, without his consent, because they automatically assumed that because he was dark skinned, he's up for anything. He's gonna give them
Right.
what they want. And I feel like that's what Shawnee and Evelyn did. They saw these tall, big, thick black men, and they thought they was gonna get
Mm-hmm.
them some. They don't care what
Right.
kind of babies they pop out. They can still be on him and still hate on OG. And I
Most
think
definitely.
the last thing is people always use that. Well, I'm friends with this person or I've slept with this person. Let's not forget that in chattel slavery, slave owners were putting their penises inside of African slaves. That didn't stop them from enslaving them. That didn't stop them from beating them. That didn't stop them from looking down or seeing us as less than them. But yet they were willing to have sex with us. So I just don't like that narrative of I had sex with a black man or a dark skinned black man, so I can't be against dark skinned people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all I had to say.
You said a lot too. You made a lot of good points. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. I hope I'm saying it right. Is it Christia? Is
Chris-
that how you pronounce it?
Christia. Christia.
Chris. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
It's okay. Now, I just wanted to say, because you were making like a whole lot of good points earlier when you were talking about everybody. It's like, I'm still so mad that they hijacked my show because it was like Sunday night was basketball wives LA night. And I remember just going on Twitter every night watching it and watching all these YouTubers just go in on how Jackie just be lying to everybody's face, saying one thing to them, then saying one thing in the confessional. And then I remember I was so excited for the next season because it was kind of like gonna be like
Drea versus who the girl they punched Sunday. It was like a Drea versus
Yeah.
Sunday thing, and I was like, man,
Hmm.
this season's gonna be so good. And then here comes Shawnee and Tammy ass. It's like nobody asked for y'all. Y'all
Nobody.
season was canceled. Basketball Wives LA had a good cast. It was doing
They
just
did.
fine. It was just fine. That show, it was so good until they came along, and then I hated that first thing that was on there, and then I think Megan was on that season too, and they were looking at
Hmm.
them arguing on the beach, and then they were looking at them like I was stuck up and stuff. Like Tammy ain't done worse.
Exactly. But nobody
And
wants to speak on Tammy though. Like even though she's grown or whatever, so to speak, it's still what she did in the past is still in our minds. We still remember exactly what she did. So just because she has changed for the better, we will never forget what she did.
and
Right.
I remember on her channel she was talking about the fight in Potomac, and she was saying how like that incident that happened in were they in Jamaica with Keisha and all them, they have
Yeah.
production was making her do this, production tell her to give her blah blah blah. But it's just like production can only make you do so much. You bullied that girl.
She
You
did.
bullied her to the point that girl was shaking and crying like she didn't know what to do. And all of them stood around and did nothing. Nothing at
Exactly.
all. And Tammy never had to sit on a separate stage.
Period.
Never. All OG said was, I could kill you with my bare hands if I wanted to, but she never touched anybody. She never physically. Malaysia picked up a whole table, threw it at
And threw
Jennifer.
it at Jennifer.
Could have
Hmm.
caused her seriously bodily harm. Like that's
Hmm.
nothing to play with. She shouldn't even have been allowed back the next season doing something like that. That's crazy. And Evelyn big head ass threw a wine bottle at her best, and it almost hit her best friend. But because
Exactly.
that's her favorite, that's her bestie, she said
Hmm.
nothing about it. But this
Nothing.
girl, this African woman, all she did was use her words. She barely really used her words. If I think about it, she probably said that like what one time.
Right.
It's just because she didn't come in trying to kiss y'all ass. Y'all don't like her. And then at their reunion, it was just they just made me so mad. It was like they just kept saying she's just so aggressive and we're afraid of what she might do, blah blah blah. Y'all had never put her in a separate room. And they could have kissed my ass. I wouldn't have been on there. I wouldn't be on no reunion. I
Hmm.
wouldn't have nothing to say to them. And then Shawnee, she knew that all it took to bring them back together for her to go have a conversation with them. Like OG wasn't receptive to Malaysia and Kristin was because that wasn't who she needed to talk to. She
At
needed to
all.
talk to well, she could talk to Evelyn because they had that case against each other, but she needed to talk to the executive producer, and that was Shawnee. And Shawnee knew that, but
Exactly.
Shawnee didn't want to admit that she wrong or that she colorist. But she is. Shawnee been starting shit. So like I'm an OG still standing still standing fan. I remember your early basketball wife reviews, and I always felt the same way. It was like I never liked Shawnee because Shawnee was sneaky to me.
And
Like,
messy.
and cause I hated that first season because they was all at that table, the dinner table. I think like that last episode of the first season, they just all attacked Gloria, asking her all these questions like, "Why you think your marriage perfect? Why you think he did? Why you think he that? Oh, you think he won't cheat on you? You think you can't get cheated on?" And it's like, yes, bitch, I trust my man until he show me something that's gonna make me let me know he cheated. Well, why would I'm gonna automatically say because they happen to y'all? That's gonna happen to me. It was like every time she came on, it was like they some misery little company ass bitch. They couldn't stand her, and then they was trying to get her to say shit about her sister, and it's just like, no, Shauna, you're not gonna have me on here talking about my sister to make you feel better. Like she didn't fall for the okie doke. And that's why they never liked
Mm-hmm.
her. And what really made me not like Shawnee was when they had their dinner, when they were at lunch, and they had ambushed her and Susie, and then they followed that girl to her car, still talking shit about her. Just reveling in the fact that this girl is going through heartache and pain. And I said, I knew I ain't like that bitch. And I ain't like Shawnee ever since then. But it's just
Uh-huh.
like, and in this season finale, this series finale, because I'm gonna speak on it. I was up here watching y'all reviews and everybody else live while it was playing in the background. Like they really could have kept it. Like they talked about nothing, and they really broke my heart when they just told OG, "You're the problem. You need to leave the house." And it was just like, "Damn, really?" Like that was just
Exactly.
some cold stuff. And Jackie from record, she ain't never been nobody's friend. If you ever watch
Mm-hmm.
this show, we have Jackie Elman loyal to anybody but
Nobody.
Dick and his money. Jack, I have felt I felt so bad for her when they did that to her, and then Jackie got the nerve to start crying.
Victim.
For what? And then she like, I'm coloring, I'm coloring. I was like, Jackie, this is not your battle. Girl, don't say nothing because we could go down a whole list of why you coloring and you fat phobic. Because I remember her daughter Shannon was saying how her mama used to make her watch her older sister be on the treadmill and then make sure that she stayed on there. And if she didn't ride the treadmill, she was gonna tell Jackie and her. It's like you the most colorist person on here. Like, girl, like so shut up. And it's just like Jackie just really turn on her. But I'm not surprised because Jackie never been nobody's friend. And then Jennifer, she was doing all this. I don't want to talk to Evelyn. She couldn't wait to turn on OG for Evelyn. And now she back up her best friend Evelyn. It's for no reason because hopefully they will not be back next season because they are missed. It's just, they don't deserve no season. Basketball Wives LA was fine without them. Miami was canceled for a reason. And now Karma has come full circle. And just how y'all got Miami canceled, the same ones you thought they would go help make the show better, Evelyn, just got y'all canceled again. That's your best friend in a nutshell. That's it.
Well, all right then. All right. Well, thank you for coming up.
Okay, I'm finna go back. I gotta go work more. I just had to say that because when you were talking about the my OG Scotty fan, I was like, man, because that's how I discovered you from them and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta from them
Hmm.
videos. And then like everybody, Bunny Blue, Terrence, everybody. I have literally you introduced me to like every YouTuber I watch. And then the Scorpion show
Oh.
and a Scorpion show introduced me to you.
Oh,
And
that
it
is so crazy.
yeah, it's just like how everything just connected. But I'm just saying, like, I really love what you're doing, Scotty, because
Thank
I
you.
remember that, like, maybe like a year or two ago, you like slowed down on the video, but now you really out here doing like you're doing your stream yard. You got the panel. You have introduced me to like so many people, like Jamie, that's me, Nixie Dixon, Shakana, um, just Jay Lee's Corn, like everybody I look at now, it's because of you. And it just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. And do it at your pace. Don't follow what nobody else is doing. You doing fine. Just you doing what God wants you to do. That's all I want to say. Because you like
Oh,
one of
thank.
my favorites.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. All right. Tate, you're up next. Tate, you're up next. Tate, you're up next. All right. For the third time, Tate. You're up next. Okay, I guess they're not ready, or they fell asleep, or what? All right, let me go to the next person. All right, Alexis 30, you're up.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Um, First of all, I want to say I love your channel. I love the
Thank
panel.
you.
I love everybody. Um, First thing I feel like Sonny always hide her hands all the time. Always hide her hands. And if she don't want her life to be on TV, she should be behind the scenes, like everybody see on their views.
hmm
And I feel like that they're not gonna reunion just because they didn't want to see themselves on a screen looking like crazy people. And I'm 30 years old and I act way better than they do. And I just
hmm
don't understand why they keep on doing the stuff that they're doing on TV. And I just feel like uh Evelyn need her behind whoop. I just hope OG this was a whoop her behind last season when she fell in the bushes. You know, I feel for OG. So I just wish that they just stop. I hope this is the last season, and I love y'all reviews. I only watch y'all reviews just because I love y'all reviews on this show. I give y'all reviews if I give them because the last episode I didn't watch it no more. Last week or this week I did not watch it
I do
because
not like
it
it.
was for the shit.
Yes, it
I gave y'all
was.
my review for the last week. I give y'all my review for the last two episodes. I could not watch no more because they were just like making me so mad. I couldn't even do it no more.
I
But
don't
I
like
just want I know, right? I just want to thank y'all for doing what you're doing. I love the panel. Just keep doing what you're doing, Scotty. Thanks for putting me in on your own live. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Wendy, you're up.
Oh, hi, Scotty. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, I love your YouTube channel. I love the lives that you're doing with the panel. It just gets me through the whole quarantine and all that. Um, Now, with Basketball Wives, I never saw like the LA one. I'm sorry, the Miami one was always the LA one. So,
Okay.
like, it was messy, but it was like even footing and like even ground from what I understood. It was a shift when the LA girls came in, the Miami girls came in. Keep on getting them mixed
hmm
up. Like it was more bullying, more picking on certain people for like, things that either they couldn't even change or control. So it was just really messy for me. So they just became less fun. But with Jackie, she's just a follower. Like she's always trying to get in where she fit in. She
Most
always just like flip flopping around. She brought OG to the series, and then now it's just ending on her turning on OG. So that makes no sense to me. So it's just ridiculous. And one of the things is like everyone keeps on saying that OG is ugly. I always say what makes her ugly because I don't find her ugly. I actually think she's very pretty. Of course, if you take away the wigs, makeup, clothes, what makes her ugly? Is it her bone structure, her African features? So and no one has an answer for that. But and also last season where OG was, going after Evelyn saying you always say the N word and you're not black. Now magically Evelyn is a Afro Latina. And even Jackie was like, no comment when that came up. So even Jackie knows what she's doing, but she's trying to pretend like she doesn't know what's going on. And it's
right.
ridiculous.
Exactly. When she's gone through not really gone through the same thing, but was accused of the same thing by her own daughter, and I think she wants us to forget that.
Yeah, she's doing everything to make sure that she's away from that topic. She don't want to talk about it. She don't want to accuse anybody of being of it because the finger is gonna be pointing right back at her. They're gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute! Didn't Jackie also called her daughter Blackie and also fat and shamed her because her daughter wrote about it in the book. So that's my take on it.
Well, all right then. Well, thank you for coming up, Wendy. I appreciate it.
Oh no, thank you. Love you. Keep doing
All
what
right.
you're doing.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Thick Girl 40, you're up.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, how you doing?
Good in you. We love you. Don't say you ain't know we love you. We all love you. We love your no holds barred talk. We love the way you stand where you standing at, and you ain't gonna let nobody change it. We love all that about you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
But to these heifers on this damn show, the twins said that OG brought them on the show. They didn't want to be on the show, but tonight one of the sisters at the end was like, "This is a sisterhood, and I'm looking forward to whatever comes with the sisterhood in the future." Girl, it's no future for you. They used you and got you to do what they needed you to do, and I guarantee you they ain't gonna think about you again after this season.
At
If they
all.
have another season, you won't be there. Jackie
Exactly.
too old to still be a pick me bitch. She just pick me, please, please. This is the majority. I want to be over there with them. OG did nothing to you. OG said there's a colorism problem in this group. She never said, Jackie, you're a colorist. But we all know you are because Evelyn called you a colorist. You said nothing. You ain't had this big of a problem with nothing. But now that the other girls are looking at you to fix this and try to get her to retract her statement, now you offended. Jackie, get out of here. Nobody's
Exactly.
playing with you.
Exactly. She wants to be counted so bad.
Right. And when Malaysia was dark skinned before she started bleaching, she had no substance. But now that she's bleaching, she's one of the end girls. Really? And ain't a colorism problem? Bitch, you change your whole skin color. Stop playing. All Evelyn told Jen was, I don't wish you no harm on it in the future. You would have thought Evelyn said, girl, let's be besties again. Let's braid each other's hair. Let's do a slumber party. I'm so happy we might be able to be friends one day and hang out. No, girl, unless she needs you to use you, that is the only time that she'll act like she's your friend. And what did
Exactly.
you making a documentary for? Nobody wants to see that. You were
Nobody.
stupid. You let that man take your car. You moved all the way to Atlanta for that man, and you're mad. Point blank period. Now you want to expose him for everything he ever did. Men been misusing you. Your husband full of drink in your face. Like, come on, Jen. Get a backbone, girl.
Oh, that ain't gonna never happen.
Basically, she is so sad. And then to try to put it all on OG. You wasn't even there when they had that conversation. So how are you gonna go to bat for somebody? You don't even know what all that was said.
Yeah, just want to have something to say because she ain't had nothing to say this entire season.
Right. This season, I hope it don't ever come back again. Jackie need to go sit down somewhere because she's on my last nerve. She's too old for all of this. I can see if you were saying maybe they're OG. If that's what you saw, let's get into it. This could have been a whole different season. They could have used this as an opportunity to bring everybody together. Let's talk about what happened, give the apologies that need to be made, and move forward. Y'all did this. Y'all made
Exactly.
this season what it was. If OG didn't keep them receipts, OG would be looking like a fool in these streets. She would be the biggest villain there is. And it's crazy that people still are looking at her like that after listening to everything she has put out. That girl didn't lie about nothing.
Not nothing.
They
Absolutely
kept
nothing.
coming to, right, they kept coming to her. How many times do I have to explain the same thing? But if y'all put us in one group, we can get it all over with in one shot and we can enjoy the rest of this goddamn trip.
Exactly.
Shawnee don't need to be executive producer of nothing else in life.
Nothing.
Get out of here.
Period. Absolutely nothing.
If you ain't triggered by this, something wrong with you because No, this ain't how you treat a whole person. That girl is a person. Her emotions are valid, just like yours. Y'all want to keep letting Evelyn cry as if her tears mean something. She does that every time she get her ass into something.
Every
That's
time
her
she,
go-to.
every time she gets her ass handed to her, that's what she do.
Right, and Shawnee need to realize she's not an old rich white lady. That's what she want to be, but that's not what you are, girl. And when your
well, I,
daughters go through this, you will
well,
see
I,
how black you
well,
are.
Well, I think we can all agree with you when we say that we hope they don't come back for another season because I know that last season I had made it up in my mind that I wouldn't
We all
do
did.
this show, and then I decided to go on and do it. But at this point, I don't think so, and I think Jennifer confirmed that there's a season 10. So I don't know.
But like, why y'all not having a reunion? Because y'all don't want y'all feet held to that fire. That is ridiculous. When have y'all not had a reunion?
The
Y'all
only
gonna tell me
time,
y'all let
the only time they didn't have a reunion was Basketball Wives Miami when they did the
right,
season five, and that's because of Evelyn, because Evelyn
right,
didn't show
because she
up.
got the show cut off. But any other season, y'all have reunions. What is it? So if y'all wasn't colorist and you wasn't doing this, you wasn't treating this girl this way, what are you scared of?
Exactly.
Get out of here. I'm tired of them. Love you, Scotty. I just wanted to say those couple of things. Jackie too old. I can't do it with her no more.
All right. Thank you for coming up.
All right, babe. You be safe.
All right, you too. Thank you. All right, and we got the last person, and the last person up for the night is Tate, because I am sleepy. What's going on, Tate?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I wanted to ask if you heard the recordings on OG's page last night.
I did.
So I was thinking, like at the very end, when Evelyn called Jackie, I think that Evelyn called Jackie, Shawnee and Evelyn called Jackie to kind of talk Jackie into firing OG because it's kind of like I think Shawnee did not want any more backlash. So
Hmm.
remember when Shawnee fired Branding on the trip and said thank you for your services and she had to leave? So
Yes.
this episode reminded me of that, and I think because right after that meeting, Jackie became more aggressive and like less tolerant of having a conversation. Like her attitude and demeanor changed, and we saw that last episode and this episode. So I think they kind of used Jackie to kind of like fire her.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then what else? But I think that this is a blessing in disguise. I don't think OG should come back and just I can't imagine what this has done to her mental health just being in that environment. I mean, it like and also having production and Jennifer just everybody lying on you and like you've done everything, you've had the conversation. She even said and listened for 2 hours to Jennifer talk about all the murderers like she dated and stuff. So and then to still have like editing against you, to still have all those women against you. So I think this will be good for her mental health to just leave the show. And I hope it doesn't come back. But if it does come back, I can already predict what they're going to do. I'm pretty sure they're not going to have any drama. They're not going to pick on any dark skinned woman. They're all going to pretend they're getting along so to continue to kind of clean up their image. That's what I think will happen if it does come back. I don't think there'll be any drama. I don't think they'll even pick on Kristin or any other dark skinned woman.
Yeah, I think it's a done deal though, and like I said on the last call with Big Girl 40, I know that Jennifer said that there would be a season 10. But if they do a season 10, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if OG will be back. I don't know who they'll bring to the show. I don't know who they'll bring back because it's a 10th season. So I
Yeah,
don't know that. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't know if I'm gonna review that shit. The only way they could get me to do that
yeah,
is bring back Royce and Brandy. That's the only way they'll be able to get me back. But other than that,
yeah. And I don't think they'll ever bring back Royce or Brandy. Because I remember and other YouTubers have talked about this, but the same like disdain Evelyn has for OG, Evelyn really had it for Royce. Like this anger, she had this really aggressive anger towards Royce for like no reason. And I think it's also the whole Royce was a black woman and she was confident and she was not kissing because I think Evelyn only likes black women that kiss her ass and her up her ass, like Jennifer and Malaysia and stuff. And Royce was just not that, and she always spoke against them. She always used to tell Susie like, you're running around with these girls and they like you don't have a mind of your own, and all that. So I think any black woman that comes onto that show and is an independent thinker and is not up their ass, I think they will have a hard time in general, regardless. Because even like they never called Royce ugly, but they treated her the same way they treated OG. Like
Most
really
definitely.
horribly.
Yeah, they talk about her clothes and the way she dressed and stuff like that. It's basically the same thing they did to OG.
Literally the same thing, and yeah, it's sad. And then Tammy did have voices back, but it was kind of wishy-washy. Kind of like how Tammy, when OG first came onto the show, she was calling her ugly in different ways.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, but then then she changed her mind. So I don't know, but I'm definitely not gonna watch anymore. It's just too much for me, and there's some of them are way too old. Like Evelyn is way too old for this. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I'm
Exactly.
disappointed with Jackie too. Like the way she just like asked her to leave, and then she that was not genuine tears. That's just playing victim so she doesn't get as much backlash when people watch it. Because Jackie, like even last season when because they were separated in two different houses in Costa Rica, and to me it looked like Jackie likes Cece more than she likes OG. Like there was something like not very genuine with her relationship with OG. Like with Cece, she was more happier and stuff. And like it came off as genuine. She was always excited to see her. But with OG, it's kind of like this this heavy burden. Like she has to like be nice to her and stuff. And it's sad because Johnny and Evelyn like they don't see it for Jackie. She's not that much different from OG, which is sad because she's the only woman on the show that's married. So she should like, she should have more credit and just she should be, the one of the popular girls. But Shawnee and Evelyn will never let her have that spot. And Shawnee and Evelyn have never seen me before. I mean, Evelyn was in Malaysia's ear telling Malaysia that it's Jackie who started the whole thing. Like, and all of a sudden now they're friends. Like, it's so fake. And so I don't know. They just all look dumb. They all look dumb. Like Jennifer and Jackie. It's like it's like delusion. It's like they're putting themselves in a position where they think they have power, but Shawnee and Evelyn will never let them sit, like never let them sit with them and share any of like the power that you know. That's all
Yeah.
I. Yeah.
Well, all right, Tate. Thank you for coming up. I see two more people have brought their asses up here. So, thank you, and I appreciate you for coming up, and I also appreciate all the support. I know you support me and Terrence, so
Yeah.
thank you so much for the support, Tate. I really appreciate it.
You're my favorite YouTuber. You and Terrence and Rodney the Voice. I love him. And King of Reeds. I just have so many, but you guys are my favorite. And yeah, I'm excited to see your channel grow and have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you. All right.
Hello. Hey, Scotty. Could you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you
Oh my gosh,
good.
I am such a fan. I finally got in. Oh my
All
gosh. First, I gotta give you some praises first, and then I go in on all the bull crap. But I
right.
love
Okay.
watching your show. I love watching you for like ever since I've been what since I first started watching Basketball Wife, and I like, yes, I love your reviews. But let me go ahead and get in because I just love how you go in on these hoes. I never liked Evelyn from the beginning because she reminded me of a friend that I had. And when I tell you she reminded me of a friend that I had, I'm like, oh, I don't see it for her. Because the whole thing is you could tell her and Shawnee, which I don't even like Shawnee, to be honest with you, because
I definitely don't
it's
like.
like, you know, like the same thing, like when you've been bullied and you know she's like the top dog, like she sends you out to do her dirty work. And Evelyn is just a freaking follower, just like Jennifer. Jennifer thought she was in the team of the 3-0, but unfortunately, poor her. They blew her ass out because when they realized that you can't sit on this table.
Exactly. They
You
let
cannot
her ass
sit
know
on
that.
this table. Mm-mm. But I do not like what they are doing to OG. And like the first season she came on, I like OG because the fact that she is very intelligent and
Mhm.
you cannot tell her that she's not intelligent. That's one. And I like the fact that she is able to like point out the bullshit that nobody else had the gut to do. And that's the fact. I'm getting tongue tied. You could even hear my accent. Woo! You can even hear my island accent coming through. I try to stay calm. Yeah, so it's just like it's just crazy because the fact that OG is a new fresh of like a breath like a fresh of breath air. Like damn, why I'm getting tongue tied right now. Let me come down and concentrate. She's like a breath of fresher breath air, technically, like, you know. And the fact that she's able to like let them know this is what y'all doing to me and I do not like that. And if nobody is willing to see the shit that they are doing, I'm going to point it out. I'm not going to talk about other people's experience. I'm talking about technically only what's going on with me. And the people that able to see through the like all, you know, like when they could, you could say you paint this shit the way that you want everybody to see it, but in
Mhm.
reality that's not what you're really looking at. You get it?
Yeah, I get it. Most definitely.
Because it's like you want me to look like I'm the perfect team, but in reality I'm full of shit. But
Right.
I'm glad OG was able to like let everybody see the real truth behind production, behind everything that's going on. And I'm happy that we are able to support her. The fact that it's not just because she is black, but the fact that she's able to stand up for herself and let people know that I'm not going to deal with these bullies. I'm not going to deal with this bullshit. That's what I like her more because she make me feel like, damn, I didn't have anybody that could stand up for me. And I didn't have that courage to stand up for myself. You
Exactly.
know? Yeah, but I'm gonna cut it off like that because I'm about to go to bed. So thank you for choosing me, letting me talk.
No problem. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna go back and start watching your show again. Let me go.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right, and I cannot say your
Hi.
name at all. I do not know how to say your name. But thank
It's
you.
okay.
But go ahead. What you got
That's not that easy. First of all, thank you for inviting me, and I hope you are well.
to say?
I just woke up. I just woke up. Actually, it's like 6:40 here, and I watched a part of the episode. I didn't watch it all because some of the stuff was not really interesting.
Mhm.
What I got to say is that Jackie is really disloyal, really, really disloyal. The fact that she's true or the out like she's some garbage just prove what Tani has been saying for years about her. She's really, really fake. She's
Yes, she
really
is.
fake.
She is most definitely.
I'm not surprised because I always felt that way about Jackie, even when I liked her. But
Mhm.
she has always been fake to me. She has always been fake. Jennifer is nothing but a house slave to me. She has no dignity. She has no pride. She's not ashamed of the way she looks on TV. She's always crawling under Evelyn's butthole. I don't understand for the life of me. This woman tried to attack you multiple times. She threw things at you. and you still have the
Uh-huh.
nerve to go back to her and then bash OG and say that everything is her fault. I mean, we all heard the audio. We all know that it's not her fault, that production pretty much makes her look crazy all the time. I don't agree with everything she said regarding colorism, but most of the things she said really made sense. But what they did is that they fixed all the things that didn't make sense, show it on TV to try to make her look stupid.
Exactly.
And some people turn on her. See, that some people are just gullible. I mean, even before the audio, I was thinking that some stuff like that will happen this way because if you are not friends with productions, they can really make your TV life hard and really change the narrative.
Exactly.
I yeah, yeah. And what does happen? Oh yeah, basically Jennifer turned on OG like that, and she lied about several things because she said that OG is self-centered and that she doesn't care about what she said, but that's not true. I mean, we all saw her listening to your boring ass story about Tim and the dude that stole your car, so we know that it's true. What you said was lies, and you should be ashamed of yourself, madam. That's why I think that I'm so done with the show now. I mean, Shoni and Aging, instead of questioning yourself, trying to find out what the problem is, send the brown skin minions to fight their battle, basically. And those idiots accepted it.
Right.
And I still don't understand. Yeah. And they want to center everything on OG when Jennifer has been saying that Kristen lied on her. And Laquisha didn't do anything about it. What is OG the problem? OG is far from being your only problem. You are just a bunch of shady bitches. Shady
Thank
liars.
you. Thank you. That's
Just
exactly what
saying.
it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't understand. So basically, for me, I heard that they were renewed for season 10. Jennifer said it pretty much. Uh, I don't feel like watching it because when I watch reality TV, I want to have fun, I want to laugh, get mad a little bit. When you're only mad about the injustice that is going on, it's not really interesting to look at. So I might watch one of your reviews on the reunion, but for myself, for to take time, I won't watch any of this because he has been really pissing me off. And I yeah, yeah. Thank God I'm not speaking in French because I will be going off. I am so
Right.
mad at them. I am really, really mad. I am really mad.
I know,
And
right?
Shoni is not a boss. Shoni is not a boss to me. A real boss actually try to analyze what's wrong she's doing and produce countermeasures to prevent for it. What did she do? Hide behind her, saying that OG is a problem, make the producer look other producer and editor look bad. How bossy of you.
Right.
And I'm busy. So yeah, basically, and everything is the same to me. And I have not seen anybody. I don't. This is the thing I don't understand. I didn't see anybody saying anything about her being violent, about
They're
her
not.
trying to attack Sissy. They are not going to do that. What Kristen said about her saying that a drink threw past her head and that she called out even about it, I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. I think she's lying because she's a liar.
Exactly.
You didn't say anything. If you didn't say anything about Evelyn trying to attack your mother-in-law from the back, you're not saying anything about her throwing a drink at Jennifer. Stop playing yourself. She's such a disloyal snake. Oh, how can you be so beautiful and be so ugly inside? That's ridiculous. So
Right.
yeah, that's what I had to say. That's all I have to say about the show. I am glad that you are doing reviews to denounce all the bullshit because the things I've seen on Twitter are just ridiculous. And pretty much most of the people watching the show, they are barely people, but those who are watching, they are siding with the bullshit. So I am glad that you and other YouTubers like Terrence, Bondi Blue and
Mhm.
Zelly are reviewing to denounce it because it needs to be called out. You really does. And you have an important part in it and thank you very much for her.
All right, thank you.
And that's all what I have to say now.
All
Thank
right,
you for having me.
all right, no
And I am
problem.
leaving. That's my city leave.
All right, thank
And
you.
for the record, my name is Aisha too.
Okay, I said two.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Maybe
right.
you will forget tomorrow. I don't blame you.
All right, thank you. Let me see something here. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Okay, well, I did not expect for this review of Basketball Wives to go on for so long, but it's like whenever I do talk to Team Scotty, my lives by myself seems to run for quite a bit. Okay, quite a bit. Hold on one second. But however, before I do go, Wednesday, which is today, it will be an episode of the Prelude with me and Jamar. We will be interviewing Stanley and Neiman from the LGBT series, The Grind Dallas Edition. They will be our guests for tonight. Thursday night, be on the lookout for my panel. It's called Scotty and Friends Discuss Colorism. The panel features yours truly, also features Erica De Niro TV, Nikki Star TV, Contrary Canary, Kempire Radio, Yocrates, the Brooke Ashley. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anyone else. Jesus. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. If I did, just charge it to my mind and not my heart, okay? Because I did not mean to forget um anybody. I think I caught a okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. On that panel, it would be myself, Erica Dinero TV, The Brooke Ashley, Chocolate Beauty 81, Kempire TV, Canary Contrary, Yocrates, Layla Lynn. That will be everybody that's on the panel on Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. And also, some exclusive tea for a second. Okay, Sunday night would be a very, very special episode of The Prelude because if you guys follow Bill Collective, you do know that Marie went on all about the tea this past Sunday and gave her side of the story with her situation with Latrice, Antoinette, and the blogger. But guess what? Latrice and I think Antoinette. I'm still waiting to hear from her. We waiting to hear from her PR. Latrice and Antoinette will be coming on me and Jamar's show Sunday night to give their side of the story. So be on the lookout for some exclusive tea, reunion tea about everything that they discussed on the Bill Collective reunion. So y'all need to be in that bitch watching this shit because it's gonna be epic. Okay, Marie told her side to All About the Tea. Shout out to All About the Tea because they have Monica has shouted me out before, so shout out to All About the Tea. But she Marie was given a platform to tell her side, so I have given somebody else a platform to tell their side. So with that being said, y'all, I am out of here. I might go live in the morning. Just depends on how I feel. But with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here. Until next time, I'll holler at you later. I very much so enjoyed this. Peace out.